Alrighty. So this little guy's been sitting on my bench forever. Like, I got this frame like months ago. Don't ask me for a link to this frame because it's a completely custom frame that a friend of mine gave me. That we had cut quite a few of them out. Little 3-inch guy. It's a completely custom build. And at first I was going to put the little RunCam DVR thing in there. Well, my first thought was the RunCam split, but it had 2 boards, so it would have made this stack like really ridiculously tall. I mean, it's a little tall as it is, but you can see this frame was like perfectly made to just tuck the lens in there to be protected, yet there's no sides in the camera. So I thought about putting the RunCam split mini in there, which I could have done. It would have just been a little bit taller, but then CADDX came out with this Turtle with the single board, and now I guess RunCam has a single board too. But I had to give this a shot. I'd already ordered this, but I am a big fan of RunCam. I'm nothing against. I know everybody's gonna say try the Foxy or try this and that, but I've been running RunCam since like day one, and I have all the plugs and all my quads are set up with RunCam, and they, you know, they constantly innovate and do stuff for FPV, so I just stick with RunCam. And I'll tell you something, that Sparrow V2 with HDOs is fucking fantastic. So anyway, we got the CADDX installed in there. I had one. This is the first one I tried to put in there. And if you see this little cable pops off of there pretty darn easily, right? It just pops on and off. So I had it inside the build, and what I had done is I tried to sneak in here with a pair of needle nose pliers to squeeze the that little connector back on there. Well, when I did that, I must have put the pliers across these positive negative pins right here, because I shorted the freaking thing out and it died and I couldn't get it to work anymore. So I was kind of bummed out. Actually, those pins say RX, TX, and ground. So I don't know. I touched something. I did something and fried this little guy. The light wouldn't come on anymore or anything. You see that little bit of blue tack there? I stick that blue tack on there to keep the SD card from popping out, so it doesn't eject if I crash or something. So anyway, I thought I'd give it another go. So now I have a spare camera in case I break one. And I gotta say, all in all, I'm pretty impressed with this little guy. The video is pretty good. I turned the sharpening down to like 1 because I didn't want any aliasing in there, so it's just a fuzz muddy. So I am going to turn the sharpness back up to like 2 or 3 probably, maybe even a little more. I don't know. I haven't experimented with it much. Today was the first time I flew it, the first time I flew this quad on Betaflight 3.5 defaults. So you are going to see a touch of prop wash here and there in the video, but there's no jello, and I haven't tuned it, so I can tune that prop wash out. I have no doubt about it. The thing freaking flew fantastic, and the video is definitely doable. I'm really getting attached to these little 3 inches. I have another one over here that, I mean, every time I pick these little guys up and fly them, I can't put them down. I run like 10 packs through them without even thinking about it. This one, I've done some shooting with the little Mobius Mini on there. I may throw a little piece of that video up here so you guys can see it.
It's freaking badass, man. Bet your ass, boy.
Oh, there's like fucking piece of shit. We are not flying here today, boys. This is fucking awesome.
Too many soft targets to fly.
I want to fly some fucking backs. Oh, there's like fucking piece of shit. We are not flying here today, boys.
So yeah, that's the Mobius Mini. It's not too bad. The thing is the field of view on this is very tiny, so you have to have it really exact, and you have to be really precise and with your flying where this has a much wider field of view. That was the one thing that when for the first pack I flew it, I'm not used to flying with that big of a fisheye lens. I usually I race with a 2.1 and I fly freestyle, excuse me, with a 2.3. Just because I fly the freestyle with a 2.3 because I want around the same view as you're gonna get in the GoPro. So all in all, my first experience is this little guy's pretty badass. I really liked it. The quad itself and the CADDX, it's definitely doable, usable. With the Betaflight 3.5 and the new parameters that you can set up in there for the stick feel and the fast forward and the absolute control and all that stuff, I actually used the same settings that I found worked for my 5-inch on this little guy. And I was, you know, usually your 3 inches are real twitchy, but I was really able to, the new settings in that 3.5 Betaflight are freaking awesome. I was really able to make this thing really smooth. And that's all I did was put in my rates and those stick feel settings, and I haven't tuned the PIDs yet. So like I said, you're gonna see a wee bit of prop wash here and there, a little jitter, but nothing to speak of. These Brother Hobby 1406 freaking motors, 4100 kV, are freaking awesome. And a friend of mine commented, do you really need crossfire on a 3-inch quad? Well, yes, I do. For one thing, all I use is TBS. The other thing is it's not necessarily about the distance, but it's about the crisp feel of that low latency that I get from the crossfire. And the other thing is you're gonna see in the video here, these little guys can fly like this even with the camera sucking on it. It was flying over 3 minutes every shot. And the other one, where I have the camera separate, I can get 5 minutes out of this little guy sometimes. These motors are a little more efficient. They're not quite as brutal as these Brother Hobby motors. So yeah, you're gonna see me, like, I fly all the way across this field that's like, it's got to be 500 or 800 meters, I'd say, something like that, and then way up over the trees at the other end of the field. So that being said, I had incredible video the whole freaking time, and I am running a TBS nano in here at 50 milliwatts for this whole video, and I had crystal clear video the whole way through. So that is freaking cool. So anyway, there's my little shout out of the CADDX. Pretty easy to set up. You plug in, it's got the little dongle, you plug in the little dealy-wop here to do your configuration. I'm not going to get into all the super parameters of it. You can go to RC Shim's channel or Oscar Leong's webpage. I'm sure he'll have all the little things on that. Andy RC also does a good job of breaking these things down if you really want the super specs and parameters on it, because I'm not a big tech guy. All I can say is it worked fine for me and the video looks good, so I'm happy with it. One other thing, if you guys have never built a 3-inch, this is a 3-inch 4S. If you guys have never built a 3-inch, I would say give one a shot, because I tell you what, these little guys are a lot of freaking fun. And they're quiet, and you can get into little spaces and go places. They're super light. The batteries are nice and small, so I just bring a field pack with me and I can recharge over and over again. They charge back up quick, so I can, you know, fly 10, 20 packs. You know, my backpack's nice and light. Obviously not a replacement for my 5-inch GoPro when I want to do some really super cool, smooth video, sunset, golden hour stuff, but damn sure good enough. Damn sure good enough, and that's all I'm gonna say. So here's the first flights. Peace out, Scouts.